Good evening, one and all. So today we are going to discuss regarding the geography current affairs October 20 to 26. So the last week current affairs today we are going to discuss. Okay. So the most important current affairs in this week are, as we know that the cyclone Montha has occurred in the Bay of Bengal, the east coast of the Indian subcontinent. Okay. So that is very important. జనరల్గా మనకి ఎగ్జామ్స్లో అడుగుతున్నారు వెస్ట్ కోస్ట్కి వచ్చిందా ఈస్ట్ కోస్ట్కి వచ్చిందా అని. సో ఈ ఇయర్లో ద ఫస్ట్ టైం ఇట్ హ్యాస్ ఎంటర్డ్ ఇన్ టు ది ఈస్ట్ కోస్ట్, దట్ ఈస్ సైక్లోన్ మనోత్. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద కండిషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది cyclones వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డిస్కస్. And another most important topics of this week is Timor-Leste joins in the ASEAN Group. So this current affair is very much important both in the international relations as well as also for the geography. So why it is very important means Timor-Leste is situated in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, it is situated in the Pacific Ocean. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఈ ఐలాండ్స్ అన్ని కూడా we call them it as a Pacific Islands. Okay, the Pacific Islands are very much important. I am going to explain you. And the second most important topic is exercise Ocean Sky 2025. India has a best relation with the Spain. Okay, India Spain మధ్యలో జరుగుతున్న relations లో this is one of the exercise Ocean Sky which is doing in the Spain country itself. Okay, recently India Europe has signed a bilateral investment treaties. Okay, India UK has also signed a bilateral investment treaties. So they may ask you the questions regarding the India Europe relations in the examinations. Okay, so that is a very important point. And another most important is the discovery of the ancient Harappan site. Okay, in Gujarat we have a lot of Harappan sites are there. So there they have discovered the ancient Harappan site. Second, for next topic is a new glass suspension bridge in the Uttarakhand. In Uttarakhand, a new glass suspension bridge was introduced in the Uttarakhand state. Okay. Second is the last one is the cyclone Montha. Okay. So these are the topics where you can observe in this week of the regarding the geography current affairs. Okay. The main important thing are the Timor-Leste exercise Ocean Sky. Okay. At the same time, cyclone Montha. These three topics are very much important. So now we are going to discuss the Timor-Leste. Okay, Timor-Leste, East Timor joins ASEAN as the 11th member. Okay, so here I am going to tell you one thing regarding the 11th member. So obviously, what is the meaning of an ASEAN? It is very important both in international relations as well as also in the geography. So what is ASEAN? Association of Southeast Asian Nations. What is the meaning of an ASEAN? Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So what they are doing in the ASEAN? There are 10 countries are there. Okay, there are 10 Southeast Asian countries are there which are situated in the southeastern part of the Asia. Okay, is India is a member in ASEAN or not? Asian Global Summit lo India member a kada? Cheppandi. India is a not a member in the ASEAN. Okay, keep in your mind. India has given a status of ASEAN plus 6. Okay, India, China, America, Russia, Australia. So these countries they have given the India ASEAN plus 6. So it is nothing but they are not a member of the ASEAN. They have only given a status of ASEAN plus 6. So ASEAN ane summit loki a new country has entered, that is nothing but a Timor-Leste. Okay, so why it is important? Timor-Leste is very much important regarding their energy resources. A geological location is very much important. Nowadays you can see when you look at a complete world map, you can see here. So you can see this map, Pacific Ocean. So America is pressuring the entire world on the basis of their own tariffs. So okay, there is a complete global economic war is happening between the China and the America. So China is tapping the lot of potential. China is nothing but China is number one in the semiconductor industry. China is number one in the manufacturing of the solar power plants and even the electronic devices. So that is the reason they wanted to have a huge untapped potential from the around these things. China kanni unnai. China లేనిది ఏంటంటే CA. Of course they have a sea coast, but they don't have a much sea coast. That is the biggest problem. ఆ ఉన్న sea coast కూడా they have a lot of issues with the all these kind of things. Okay, they have issues with Vietnam, they have issues with the Hong Kong, they have issues with the Japan. So different kind of issues are there regarding the sea. So in this juncture, this area so-called as a Pacific Ocean. This is nothing but a West Pacific Ocean. So-called this area is very much important. Okay, these straits అంటారు మనకి. Straits అనేది they will be asking in you in the examinations. Strait of Malacca is very important. Strait of Sunda Strait and the Strait of Lombok. So these three straits are very much important. Strait అంటే nothing but it's a channel where the ships are going to pass. So international trade lo these straits plays a very key role. So here you can see there is a Strait of Sunda Straits. Ivi Sunda Straits antam. This is nothing but a Strait of Lombok. Okay, so these are nothing but a Strait of Malacca. This is Strait of Lombok and this is Strait of Sunda. Okay, so these straits are going to divide the Southeast Asian nations to the rest of the world. So that is the reason this area nowadays playing a very very crucial role. ఈ islands అన్నిటిని కూడా we call them as a Micronesia, okay, Melanesia, Tuvalu. Have you heard these islands, right? Tuvalu, okay, Nauru. So these kind of islands nowadays playing a very key role because the United Nations has also given them a complete country, right, and they have also recognized in the United Nations. So these islands are very much important because of their geographical location. Second thing is the energy, and the third thing is the defense and the military purposes. So when India has a relation with Timor-Leste, or when these Asian countries have a relation with these Timor-Leste, these they going to establish or they going to set up a military base. ఇవన్నీ islands దేనికి యూజ్ అవుతాయి చెప్పండి? What is the use of an islands? Islands are very much useful for the to set up the military establishment. Okay, so that is the case. Big countries like America, Russia, or UK and India, they will be having a friendly relations with the island nations just to make the setup of the military establishment. Okay, వాళ్ళ military base ని ఏర్పాటు చేసుకోవడానికి they will be playing a very crucial role. So when you look at in this geopolitical strategy, Timor-Leste, the America, they wanted to expand their own businesses and own economic policies. So that is the reason they have chosen this area called as a Timor-Leste. Don't confuse. Timor-Leste and is nothing but East Timor. There are two countries are there. There is West Timor and the East Timor. Okay, so the East Timor is this part is the East Timor. Okay, which is nearer to the Indonesian islands. Okay, which is very near to the Australian continent also. Okay, so geostrategically they wanted to introduce the Timor-Leste and they have successfully introduced into the ASEAN Summit. Okay, ఇక్కడ మీకు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే స్ట్రైట్స్. ఓకే, డోంట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్. The straits are very much important here. Why I am focusing on East Timor means the questions they are asking regarding the straits. Okay, these kind of straits they are asking. See in this, ఈ straits గురించి అడుగుతున్నారు వాళ్ళు. Okay, this is nothing but a Strait of Malaccan Straits. Okay, this is Strait of Lombok and this is the Strait of Sunda Straits. Okay, this is Strait of Sunda, Strait of Lombok and the Strait of Malaccans. Okay, so these three straits are very much important. Okay, at the same time they are going to ask you the oceans from top to bottom. Okay, Yellow Sea, East China Sea and the South China Sea. Okay, order ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది? ఫస్ట్ Yellow Sea ఉంటుంది చైనాకి ఈస్ట్ పార్ట్ లో, సెకండ్ comes is East China Sea and thirdly South China Sea. Okay, so this is generally they are going to ask you these kind of things. Okay, East Timor is also very much important. Note down this.
Hello everyone. As you all know, Civil Services Prime Time is one of its kind initiative where we are teaching the students current affairs related to that particular subject one day at a time. అంటే ఒక వారంలో జరిగిన కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ అన్ని ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ కి సంబంధించి మేము ఒక రోజులో చెప్తున్నాం. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద రివర్స్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ టెక్నిక్. బికాస్ మీరు ప్రతి వీడియో చూసినట్టయితే ఎండ్ లో ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ చేస్తున్నాము, అలాగే ఒక క్వశ్చన్ మెయిన్స్ చేస్తాం. సో in order to get daily updates at 7 o'clock sharp as we are doing it, subscribe చేసుకోండి, అలాగే బెల్ కూడా క్లిక్ చేయండి సో దట్ 7 o'clock కి మీకు ఇమీడియట్ గా నోటిఫికేషన్ వస్తుంది.
Next topic is Indian Air Force participates in the multinational air combat exercise called as exercise Ocean Sky 2025 in the Spain. Okay, the main point here is exercise Ocean Sky. We have a lot of exercises are there and another most is air combat exercise. అంటే ఇది ఎయిర్ ఫోర్స్ కి సంబంధించింది. Okay, we have a different kind of exercises. Military exercise ఉంటుంది, naval exercises ఉంటుంది, air exercises ఉంటుంది. Okay, don't confuse. We have operation exercise Garuda, okay, exercise Varuna with France. Exercise Varuna ante that is naval exercise, it's not a military exercise. So అక్కడ మీరు జాగ్రత్తగా చూసుకోండి. You should be very careful while you are reading the statement. ఇక్కడే మనకు మార్క్స్ పోతాయి. Okay, while you are reading a statement, clearly you mention, you see the, is it a air, is it a naval, or is it is a military. Okay, here the exercise Ocean Sky 2025 means it's a air combat or a air force exercise. Okay, by with the India and the Spain. Okay, యూరోపియన్ కంట్రీలో మనకి ఇప్పుడు బెస్ట్ రిలేషన్స్ ఉన్న కంట్రీస్ ఏంటివి అంటే ఇండియా విత్ యుఎస్, ఇండియా విత్ యూకే, ఇండియా విత్ జర్మనీ అండ్ ఇండియా విత్ ది నెక్స్ట్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ది స్పెయిన్. ఓకే, so what happened means the IAF participated in the Ancient Harappan Site from both, still it is continuing from October 20 to October 31st, almost 11 days at Gando Aero Base in Canary Island. The first time India joined this exercise, a non-NATO country, that is very important. Okay, ఈ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ గురించి ఏమని అడుగుతారు, ఏ నాన్ నాటో కంట్రీ, దట్స్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైమ్ ఇండియా, ఓకే, హ్యాస్ జాయిన్డ్ దిస్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్. అండ్ అనదర్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ హియర్ ఈస్ కెనరీ ఐలాండ్స్. కెనరీ ఐలాండ్స్ అనేది చాలాసార్లు ఎగ్జామ్లో రిపీట్ అయింది. సో ట్రై టు మేక్ ష్యూర్ దట్ you look at the world map. Okay, Canary Islands are very much important. Canary Islands, Marshall Islands, okay, Seychelles, Madagascar, Maldives. So these are the 5 to 6 bits they have asked in the examination. Okay, so why it matters geographically means the exercise location is the Canary Islands, which is northwest coast of Africa, Atlantic Ocean lo untundi Canary Island. Okay, highlights the global research of strategic air operations and the geographic expansion of India's defense footprint beyond the Indian Ocean or Asian region. Okay, connectivity and logistics is very important. Okay, operating from Canary Island places India's air force elements far from its home bases, showing how geographic distance, staging, air refueling and base access matters. Ivanni kuda just to have a military air base. Indaga cheppam before in the Timor-Leste topic, what I have said, they are going to establish a military air bases. They are going to establish a military air bases with having a good relation with the islands. So Canary is also one of the island in the northwestern part of Africa. So when you look at the northwestern part of Africa, you can see the Canary Islands. Okay, so there the government, the IAF, Indian Air Force is going to establish their own air base. So that is the reason this exercise is very much important. Okay, ee exercise enduku important ante this exercise comes in the two parts. One, it covers in the defense, current affairs, and second it comes in the geography, where you should understand the Canary Islands, one point, and second thing is the name, yeah, exercise Ocean Sky with India and Spain and northwestern coast of the Africa. So these are the 2 to 3 points you should remember in this topic. Okay, so here you can see the choppers or the jet flights, they are successfully participated in the Spain. So here you can see the Gando Air Base, Spain. Okay, here you can see the Gando Air Base in the picture. Okay, Spain, Portugal, these two countries, what we call them? We call them as the Iberian Peninsula. Okay, this is also you should important. Idantha enti manaki Pacific Ocean idi. You are looking here, what is this sea in this picture? That is Pacific Ocean. Okay, when you look at the picture, Spain and Portugal rendu untai pakkaki. Okay, so Spain plays a very key role here. Okay, Spain capital is Madrid, Portugal capital is Lisbon. So these two countries we call them as a Iberian Peninsula. Okay, Iberian style of architecture, you will be coming in the history part. Okay, em ostunda akkada manaki Iberian style of architecture. It means that the Portuguese, Spain, all these people, they came from the Iberian Peninsula. Okay, so you should also remember this thing. India, Spain anagane the first thing they will be going to ask you the Canary Islands, and the second is the Iberian Peninsula. Okay, so these two things you should remember. Next topic is the Ancient Harappan Site discovered at the Kotada Badli in the Gujarat. Okay, so here the one more most important thing is the Harappan sites. Okay, so Harappan sites, obviously you know according to John Marshall, Harappan age is from 2500 BC. So it means that when you calculate from today's date, it is almost 4500 years ago. It is almost 4500 years ago. The history or the different kind of places, when you look at the different places in the Gujarat or in the India, you can see lot of places or the lot of places where they are giving you a timeline more than 2500 BC. Okay, 3000, 4500 BC. They are making some technique called as carbon dating technique. A carbon dating technique చేస్తే మనకి ఏమవుతుంది అంటే we can get to know what age the discovered site is important. Okay, so why it is important for the geography current affairs means Kotada Badli in Kutch, Gujarat, India has the earliest known caravanserai of the Harappan era. So it is 2300 to 1900. చాలా సైట్స్ మనకి 3000 4500 BC నుంచి కూడా ఉన్నాయి. Still the different kind of sites they are excavating. Okay, so why it matters means it reveals ancient trade route geographically. Here the Kutch, the word Kutch is very important. Okay, the word Kutch is very important. Gulf of Kutch. Okay, Gulf of Cambat రెండు ఉంటాయి ఇక్కడ. Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of Cambat. What is this? It is a Gulf of Combat. ఓకే, ఒక టాపిక్ వచ్చింది అన్నప్పుడు మనం దాన్ని వి షుడ్ కన్వర్ట్ ఆర్ వి షుడ్ షిఫ్ట్ టు ది అవర్ జియోగ్రఫీ కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్. ఓకే, హియర్ ద స్మాల్ గ్యాప్ ఈస్ దేర్, దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎ గల్ఫ్ ఆఫ్ కాంబాట్. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ గల్ఫ్ ఆఫ్ కచ్. ఓకే, ఇట్లా స్మాల్ గ్యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, we call them, this is a Gulf of Combat and this is called as a Gulf of Kutch. Okay, in this area you can see the lot of Indus Valley places. Okay, this gap we call it as, this is Gulf of Kutch, and here what we call this gap we call it as a Gulf of Combat. Okay, you have a lot of gulfs are there. This is Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Combat. Okay, so here you can see the Kotada Badli. There are lot of places are there in Gujarat. Okay, Surkatoda, okay, Dholavaria, and even the places in the Harappan place, Rakhi Gari in the Haryana, Ropar in Punjab, Banawali in Haryana. Okay, there are different kind of places are there. Here you can see Alamgirpur in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, Banawali in Rajasthan, Kalibangan, Dholavaria, Surkatoda, Lothal. So here you can see the three places of Gujarat are very important. Even they will be asking you in the history or they may be asking you in the geography also. What are the three places? Dholavaria, Surkatoda and the Lothal. Now another important place is Kotada Badli. So they will be ask you directly the question. The latest Harappan excavation they have done, Caravanserai site, discovered it. Which state means it is Gujarat, that is nothing but Kotada Badli. So Dholavaria, Lothal and even the Surkatoda. So these at present these three places are there, and now they are asking regarding the Kotada Badli. So you know that Dholavaria is famous for bathtubs. Okay, great bath, and even they are very famous for the craft and the saris. Okay, Surkatoda is also very famous for the stones, and Lothal is very famous for the world's oldest port. Naval port is there in the Lothal. Okay, so that is the reason this place is very important. So here you can see the map of the entire all the Indus Valley Civilization places. They are asking last time in the, I think in before 2 years back in the UPSC they have asked the places to arrange from north to south. Okay, they have asked the Indus Valley Civilization Harappan site places from north to south. So you can imagine how what kind of a question they are going to ask you by twisting the same topic. Okay, so here you can see these are the places till now they have excavated. Okay, they have excavated these places till now. Okay, next topic is the new glass suspension bridge in the Rishikesh, Uttarakhand, nearing the completion. Okay, so when you see the Uttarakhand is also called as a Devbhumi. So what are the related current affairs regarding the Uttarakhand? What are the related current affairs? You can see there in Uttarakhand is situated in the lower Himalayas, or it is called as a Shivaliks. Okay, there are two rivers flowing in the Uttarakhand. One is Bhagirathi and one is the Alaknanda. Okay, since Bhagirathi and Alaknanda they are going to meet at one point, and from that point we call it as a Devprayaga. From that we call it as a Ganga river. Okay, so these are the two things. This is Alaknanda river and this is the Bhagirathi river. So here this meeting point we call it as a Dev-Prayaga. From there you can see the Ganga river flowing. Okay, so the Ganga river first comes into the plains is at the Haridwar. సో ఉత్తరాఖండ్ అనేది వచ్చింది కాబట్టి ఇవన్నీ కూడా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, ద రివర్ సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ మచ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇన్ ది ఇండియన్ geography. Definitely one or two questions definitely they are going to ask you in the UPSC and even the state public service examinations. Okay, river systems are very much important. Okay, try to remember the tributaries of Ganga, tributaries of Yamuna, and there from north to south or west to east. So these kind of things you should remember. ఓకే, సో వై ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్ మీన్స్ ఉత్తరాఖండ్ టాపిక్ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి ఈ గంగా రివర్ని మనం డెఫినెట్గా డిస్కస్ చేసుకోవాలి. సో ఇన్ దిస్ పిక్చర్ హియర్ యూ కెన్ సీ దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఓన్లీ థింగ్ టిల్ నౌ దెర్ ఈజ్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్. ఓకే, యూ కెన్ సీ ఇన్ ది మూవీస్ ఆల్సో ఓన్లీ వన్ బ్రిడ్జ్ మాత్రమే మనకి ఉంటుంది. ఇది దిస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎ హ్యాంగింగ్ బ్రిడ్జ్ వేర్ యూ కెన్ సీ దిస్ కనెక్ట్స్ బిట్వీన్ ది Uttarakhand and this Dev-Prayaga and all these areas. Okay, so now in this picture here you can see in the right side, this is called as a complete glass picture. Okay, glass suspension bridge in the Rishikesh. So this is also one of the innovative policy of the government of Uttarakhand, where they are going to boost the rapid tourism and the hospitality pilgrimage in their own state. Okay, nowadays we can see there are a lot of GI tags are also coming from the Uttarakhand state. So they wanted to have this kind of a tourism pilgrimage into the different difficult terrain zones. So they wanted to establish a lot of tourism and even the hospitality. Okay, why it matters geographically means infrastructure and the major projects in the mountain terrains. Mountains ante ikkada shivaliks maatrame untai, and there is a Dudhwa National Park. Okay, Dudhwa National Park and the snow leopard, Mussoorie. So these things are very much important when the Uttarakhand topic is came. So try to remember a glass suspension bridge. Recently it is introduced in the Rishikesh. That is nothing but a Uttarakhand. With people used to say Char Dham. Char Dham ante enti Gangotri, Yamunotri, and another is two dhams are there. Gangotri, Yamunotri, and this Rishikesh and even the another temple. So these four we call it as a Chardham. Okay, next topic is Cyclone Montha. Okay, Cyclone Montha. Okay, Cyclone Montha is very much important. So first the three things you should remember while when there is a topic regarding cyclones. Okay, so what are the three things you should remember while the question is arriving cyclone? The first thing, the conditions, the prevailing conditions for the formation of the tropical cyclones. Second thing is you should remember who kept the name of that cyclone and where it has formed. Either it has formed in the Indian Ocean or in the Pacific Ocean, where it has formed in the Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea. So these three kind of things you should remember. So here the first thing you should remember, Cyclone Montha. Okay, so one thing you should remember, you know the rainfall system. Okay, rain bearing system and rainfall system is very much important for the examinations. So obviously you know there are three seasons are there: summer, rainy and the winter. So the rainy season in India is up to 6 months. From June to the rainy season in India is from June to December. Okay, now total 6 months we are going to calculate into the two parts. One is Kharif and one is the Rabi season. General mana explanation కోసం చెప్పుకోవాలి అంటే first is Kharif and second one is the Rabi season. Okay, so what they have done is from June to September we call them as a southwest monsoon season. Southwest monsoons. Okay, from October to December what we call them? Northeast monsoon seasons. Southwest monsoons and the northeast monsoon seasons. So when you look at here the rainfall system, every year they are going to attract the cyclones in the month of June and in the month of the October. October lo manaku deshamanta vaanalu padavu except in the Tamil Nadu and the Rayalaseema. Okay, from June to September entire country is going to have the rainfall, but except the two places. What are those? సౌత్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ అండ్ ది తమిళనాడు. సో ఈ 2 ప్లేసెస్కి తప్ప మనకు మొత్తం దేశం అంతా వానలు పడతాయి. ఎప్పుడు జూన్ టు సెప్టెంబర్. మరి వీళ్ళిద్దరికి ఎప్పుడు పడతాయి అంటే ఇన్ ది మంత్ ఆఫ్ అక్టోబర్ అండ్ డిసెంబర్. సో ఇన్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ఇన్ ది అక్టోబర్ మంత్ టు డిసెంబర్, Chennai is going to flooded and entire Andhra Pradesh they are going to affect with the cyclones. ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిన సైక్లోన్ మోంతా అదే అన్నమాట. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ రెయిన్ మెకానిజం, రెయిన్ఫాల్ మెకానిజం ఇన్ ది ఇండియన్ సబ్ కాంటినెంట్. ఓకే, దానికి చాలా రీజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. యూ గో త్రూ ఇన్ టు ది బుక్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఆర్ ద రీజన్స్ ఫర్ ది రెయిన్ఫాల్ అంటే సౌత్ వెస్ట్ మాన్సూన్ సీజన్కి అప్పర్ ఎయిర్ సర్క్యులేషన్, ఓకే, సర్ఫేస్ జెట్ స్ట్రీమ్స్, సర్ఫేస్ ఎయిర్ విండ్స్, intertropical convergence zone. So these are lot of reasons are there for the rainfall. So here the cyclone Montha has basically is a severe cyclonic storm brewing in the Bay of Bengal. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ వస్తుంది మనకు. Bay of Bengal లో ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ది part the cyclone Montha has appeared to make a landfall on the coast of Andhra Pradesh. So definitely అక్టోబర్ లో మనకు సైక్లోన్స్ అనేటివి వస్తాయి. సో సైక్లోన్స్ ఎందుకు వస్తాయి అంటే దిస్ ఈస్ ద కండిషన్స్ ఫేవరబుల్ ఫర్ ది ట్రాపికల్ సైక్లోన్స్. ఏం కండిషన్స్ అంటే warm ocean water. Generally the ocean water should be warm between 25 to or 26 to 27 degrees. Second point is the coriolis forces. Third is low level disturbances and upper air circulation, wind shear and the high humidity around 50 to 60%. So what these conditions will favor for the tropical cyclones. Okay, in tropical cyclone the rainfall will be the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, in the temperate cyclones it is a clockwise direction. Okay, do you know the difference between tropical cyclone and the temperate cyclone, right? Tropical cyclones low there will be a less damage, but in temperate cyclones the damage is very high. Okay, so tropical cyclones are only at a few parts, but temperate cyclone they are going to spread in a lot of places. Okay, so this is the things. So one thing you should remember. And second is Montha. Who kept the name Montha means the name Montha was provided by the Thailand and reportedly means fragrant flower or a beautiful flower. The meaning of Montha is a fragrant flower or a beautiful flower. So ఈ నేమ్స్ అన్ని ఎవరు పెడతారు అంటే there is a regional meteorological center. Okay, in that IMD is one of the part. Okay, IMD అంటే Indian Meteorological Department. So RMC means Regional Meteorological Center, Indian Ocean Regional IORMC. There is a organization is there, Indian Ocean Regional Meteorological Center. There almost 8 to 10 countries who are the part of the Indian Ocean. అంటే మనకి ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ ఏమేమి ఉంటాయి అన్ని మనకు సౌదీ అరేబియా, ఓకే, ఇరాన్, పాకిస్తాన్, ఇండియా, బంగ్లాదేశ్. Okay, all these kind of countries are there which are surrounded by the Indian Ocean. So Indian Ocean Regional Meteorological Center, there is a organization is there. In that there are almost 8 to 9 countries are there. So these countries they are going to put their name according to the cyclic process. Okay, cyclic process లో ఆధారంగా ఈ నేమ్స్ అనేటి పెడతారు అన్నమాట. Okay, so this time the Thailand has kept the cyclone name Montha, which is a meaning of a fragrant flower or the beautiful flower. So what are the conditions of the cyclones mean? These are the things: warm ocean current, coriolis forces, okay, low level disturbances, upper air circulation. So these are the conditions prevailing for the tropical cyclones. Okay, cyclones are not easy gavu. They are very severe cyclones. They are going to travel more than 500 km per hour, 500 to 600 km per hour range లో ఈ వేవ్స్ అనేటివి వస్తూ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. సో దట్ ఈస్ దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు క్రియేట్ ఏ హెవీ సైక్లోన్స్. ఓకే, హెవీ రెయిన్ఫాల్, cyclone in the sense very heavy rainfall with the sea level also going to rise. With this there will be heavy rainfall is there and huge destructions with the heavy air force. చాలా రెయిన్ పడడంతో పాటు గాలి కూడా ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది మనకి. సో దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ సైక్లోన్. రెయిన్ పడతాయి మనకు, నార్మల్ రెయిన్స్ పడతాయి, కానీ సైక్లోన్ అన్నప్పుడు రెయిన్ ప్లస్ హెవీ ఎయిర్ ప్రెషర్, ఎయిర్ బాగా వస్తుంది అనమాట. సో అదే 600 కిలోమీటర్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎయిర్ ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు కంప్లీట్లీ డివాస్టేట్ ఆల్ ది కోస్టల్ ఏరియాస్. సో సీ లెవెల్ కూడా అప్పుడు ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. సో ఆల్ దీస్ కంబైన్లీ వి కాల్ దెమ్ యాజ్ ఏ cyclone. Okay, so these are the topics of this week. Okay, you try to make notes of all these things. Thank you.
CivicCentre IAS is offering Telangana Group 1 Prelims cum Mains classes as well as Andhra Pradesh Group 1 Prelims cum Mains classes in English medium for a period of 8 to 10 months. This also covers the complete NCERT textbooks and statewide textbooks. So what are you waiting for? Learn through reverse engineering technique today. Admissions are in progress. Join now. Visit our website. Thank you.